YouTube, what is going on today? It is your boy Highrolla back today with another brand new Warzone video. Today going over my Season 1 settings, from my graphics settings to my FOV controller settings. I'll even show you the controller that I do use in the game. And I will go over everything, why my game looks the way it does, and why I prefer those settings. So if you are new to the channel, boys, drop down and hit the subscribe button. We are coming out with 3 brand new videos every single week over Call of Duty Warzone, loadouts, best class setups, new meta updates, news updates, high kill gameplays, tournament gameplays, wager gameplays, all that good stuff. Drop down and hit the subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. It really helps us get in front of new viewers just like yourself. And leave your thoughts down below on your settings, or if any of these settings end up helping you in your gameplay. So let's go ahead and just dive in right away. I do play controller on PC, guys. It is just the best way to play, in my opinion. And I will go through all my controller settings, as I said, when we get to the controller portion. I play on 107 FOV. I don't feel I need the entire 120 as it shows here on the screen. 107 is a perfect mid-range for me to get the good frames while I'm streaming, as well as get enough FOV advantage that I feel like I see everything that everyone else does. The difference between 107 and 120 really isn't that much, and I think you're going to get a lot better frames too just by doing that. And I think your game's going to run a little smoother. In my opinion, 107 is the most crisp FOV that I have stumbled on. I play at 50% brightness. If you play at 100, you're a madman. Affected FOV is huge. You want your ADS field of view to be affected. It reduces your recoil on PC, and it really does help your shot. I do play on Tritanopia colorblind. No, I am not colorblind, but the colors on the game while on a PC look beautiful when you're on Tritanopia colorblind. So I highly recommend actually trying this out. Your game is actually, the colors are going to look a lot better. Minimap shape is huge. You're going to want square minimap if you don't have this already. That's kind of wild, because if you see here, the coverage you can see on the square minimap is a lot larger than the circle minimap. So you want that to be square. You want the rotation of the minimap to be enabled, so you know where you're looking and in relevance to the dots on the map. This doesn't really matter. Compass, cardinal direction, all that stuff. If you play on PC, I would recommend just putting your frames up at the top left. It helps you know how your game's running, as well as your ping and your packet loss. All very important. Let's move over to graphic settings, boys. I do play on full screen. I play on an HP 25X 24.5-inch monitor. I have a 1660 Ti graphics card GeForce. It's not the best. I do plan on updating it and using this one for a future streaming PC that I'll be building, and just replacing this graphics card basically with a higher one, because this PC that I have now is a beast, aside from where the graphics card is. So I look to updating that in the future, but I do run a GTX 1660 Ti. My monitor is 144 Hertz, and I do run a capped limit of 144 frames. Render resolution is 100, and if you want, you can obviously set it how you want. It's 1080p for me, so I play 1080p. I do not play VSync. It drops your frames. You're going to want, like I said, set your custom frame rate to your 144. Turn off NVIDIA highlights. That'll make you drop frames. Any NVIDIA overlays will make you drop frames. The reflex low latency, you want that enabled. That is the one thing of the NVIDIA that you do want enabled. Texture resolution. Now we get on the details and textures. I play low. I get really good frames when I play low, especially while I'm streaming on the same PC unit. So I really recommend, if you are streaming especially, try low. And I think your graphics will run fine at a good FPS range, even while you're streaming. I have my sprays on so I can see when I'm trolling people and I spray something on the wall after I kill them. No tessellation. On-demand texture streaming disabled. My streaming quality is normal. I don't really think that affects anything. I want it to be normal. And this right here uses additional internet, and I don't think you want to do that. Turn your on-demand texture streaming off. That uses extra internet. Low shadow map resolution. I have my cache shadows enabled. It does it basically stores in a cache to speed up your future frames, so you get a little more frames technically. I had them disabled all the way up to this season, but I had read a bunch of stuff that the cache spots now increase your frames by quite a bit, so I did turn those on. Particle lighting low, direct ray tracing disabled, and then we get down to here, anti-aliasing. My game in specific looks like crap if I turn the anti-aliasing off. I went to the lowest, SMAA1X, disabled, 0, on the filmic strength, disable motion world blur. If you play on motion world blur, I don't know. Weapon motion blur, turn that thing off. You don't want blur in the game. You want it to be crystal clear, especially when you're running a PC. So yeah, that is my graphic settings, boys. I do run boost low. I run A40s on my headset, and I hear footsteps like crazy. Like I can sound whore kids from across the map. I would highly recommend trying boost low, because the footsteps in the game seem to be a low frequency sound. I play on 90 master volume, no music volume. If you play with music volume on, I don't know. Dialogue volume is at 100. I should probably turn that down. That way, you know, all this screaming could go down. Never really done that. I haven't really messed with it, but I don't really find it to mess with my game. Obviously, effects volume is at 100, and this doesn't really matter, my voice chat stuff and all that. Let's get down to business. My controller settings, boys. So I use a Battle Beaver PS4 controller with 2 control freaks, one for grip, one for like getting extra leverage on my stick. So I use a Battle Beaver PS4 controller with 4 buttons on the back where I jump, heartbeat or stun, reload or loot, and melee. So the only face button I ever have to touch is plate. So let's go through my controller settings. Here. I do play on tactical, so I slide cancel with my stick, and I melee, like I said, with circle, which is down here. My sensitivity is 10-10 on both. My dead zone is 0.05, 0.85 on each of my ADS multipliers. I used to play on 2020 on Warzone because I was just being an absolute savage for a while. I don't know how I did it for so long, to be completely honest. But I went down to 10-10 when Cold War came out, because you can't play multiplayer type of games like S&D on max sensitivity. So I slowed my sensitivity down, and it's crazy, obviously, how your shot will change. If you find that right sensitivity, 10-10 seems to be that spot for me. Dynamic aim response curve, guys, I would really, really suggest you do that. This is gonna really help your shot, I believe. Controller vibration, I would turn off. If you play with vibration on, aim assist standard, scale aim assist with FOV. I do disabled. I've never messed with that, and I don't think I ever will. Weapon mount activation is normal. All this stuff, you know, normal. Contextual tap on the use and reload behavior, guys. This way you're tapping and not holding to pick up stuff. That is huge. Armor plate behavior, apply all. That is huge. You want, whenever you're holding triangle, you want it to apply all your plates, right? You don't want to keep holding it for 3 plates. That is a huge one right there. So slide behaviors tap, automatic tactical sprint. You're going to want to play on that 100%. It is the movement king in Warzone. And I turn my auto deploy off. If you want to go break your legs, or you have a problem breaking your legs, I would keep it on, but I play auto deploy off. And that is really my settings, guys. Top to bottom, controller settings to FOV to graphic settings to audio settings. A lot of people wanted to see that, and a lot of people wanted to see my controller, all that good stuff. So I hope that all helped, guys. I hope y'all are having an awesome day. I appreciate you checking out the video, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow or whenever the next video drops, or in my stream at twitch.tv/Highrolla. Peace.